Come on home, real estate. Today we are here with my favorita, with my favorite home inspector. And before we keep going, who the heck am I? I forgot my name. Beatrice Caraballo. Hi, how are you? So today we have Cassandra O'Neil.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you for having me.
She is the inspector that I take all the time. And now I got her traveling with me.
And I am the traveling home inspector.
Right? I've now taken her, I baptized her in Hamilton.
Definitely.
I love working with Cassandra because she's very detailed. I know a few of my clients are like, but she's a woman. Yeah, she is. She's a woman.
Hello.
But let me tell you, she knows her stuff. She knows what she's doing. You gotta trust the process. I've always said it, right? Trust the process. And in this time, I need you to trust the inspector. So, Cassandra, what is a home inspection?
Okay, so a home inspection is a visible observation of the components that are throughout the home: exterior, interior, structure, plumbing. Basically what we do is we are giving you an education on the condition of the home at the time of the inspection. Forgive me, I'm a little bit nervous over here.
Don't worry!
Stumbling over my words a little bit. But basically what I do is I inspect all the major components of the home, and I basically provide a report. I let the buyers know the condition of the home at the time of the inspection,
And when you get the inspection report, everything is detailed. Love it. And because it's detailed, so it may look like a few pages, don't panic. Right? Because a lot of them get panicked. Don't panic. It's okay. You can always call her. She will explain whatever it is you need to have an explanation of. Or you can just call me, your realtor, and I'll explain whatever it is that you need to know. Because we need, at least I need, and I prefer for it to be very detailed, because I want you to know the conditions, the actual conditions of the house. One, for your betterment. Two, because it may help me negotiate for whatever you need. Broken roof, hole in the roof, I don't know, the raccoon came through the roof and into the kitchen.
Right.
Okay.
I've seen families of raccoons in it.
Right?
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
So we've been through the squirrels coming in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the squirrel coming in through the vent of the
Fireplace,
wash.
all that. Yeah.
All of those things. Listen, the whole family living up in the chimney.
Definitely.
Yes, all of that. So I need to know all those things so that I can negotiate negotiate with the seller and see what we can do. Either he can do repairs or she can do repairs, or we can lower the price. There's various things that we can do in the contract, within the contract to help you, okay? Now, what are the major things that you look for?
So, of course, major concerns are always the foundation, the roof. I mean, I look at everything. I inspect every house as if I'm buying it. I have my client's best interests at heart, and I know that's important. Trust is important in this business. So when you hire me, you can kind of put your feet up and relax. I'm going to do a nice, thorough inspection. But I look at everything: safety, major components, everything. You know what I mean? Anything.
Do you check appliances?
Oh God, yeah, definitely. Appliances, interior, exterior, windows. I mean, every area that I can get to, that we can see, all that's covered pretty much.
Do you do the crawl spaces
Everything.
if there is?
Oh, I just came out of one right before I got here. Definitely, the crawl space is under the house. The attic is above the house. Definitely, I inspect both of those areas. If there's access, there has to be access, and of course, if there's not access, we can always ask for that. But definitely, I offer home inspections, termite inspections, radon testing. A lot of people.
And people don't think about those things, but those are things that she offers within her services. And I always offer it to my clients, and I always tell them you should have this, especially termite.
Definitely. You want to know if your house is being chewed up, right? I mean, termites are very common. They're nothing to be afraid, but you have to inspect and then you have to treat if needed.
Right.
Because if we have damage to the floor structure, to the home, we want to make sure that we stop it, repair, and treat.
And that's something that sellers are supposed to usually do. So that's another negotiation that you can always talk to the seller and say, hey, we need you to do something for the termites. And they may say yes, may say no. It's up to them. But at least you know it, and you know to handle it before moving on with the inspection, with the closing, with buying this home that you're gonna forever be in. Okay?
Right.
So I want you to know the condition of the house from the beginning. That's why I get Cassandra. That's why I trust Cassandra. That's why I trust Michelle, because they tell you exactly the conditions of the house. What your realtor does with their report, that's on them. But they come and they do a thorough inspection of the home that you're buying, and they give you a detailed report. You need that detailed report. So do you encourage buyers to be at the inspections?
Without a shadow of doubt, 100%.
So it doesn't bother you?
No, 100%. Buyers should be at the inspection. Now, what I like to do is I like to kind of go off and do my nice thorough inspection. The average home inspection takes about 3 hours, depending on the size of the house. But your average 2,000 square foot home that's about 20 years old, about 2.5, 3 hours, somewhere around there. It just really depends on the condition of the house, how long the inspection is going to take, and of course how big. So what I like to do is I like to do a nice thorough inspection, and then at the end I like to get the buyers, and I like to go over everything with them. I like to show them, I like to show them everything, pictures. We could walk around. I answer any questions that they have. Most buyers don't even have questions by the end of my review, because I know exactly what their questions are. I've been doing this for so long, and I pretty much answer all their questions. So at the end of my review, usually when I say, do you guys have any questions, they're usually like, no, but I'll get
You've already said it. You've already said it.
Right.
Yeah. And the good part is that you do answer their questions.
Sure. Oh yeah, 100%.
All the time.
Oh, definitely. Even,
all the time.
Before the inspection, during the inspection, or after the inspection, I'm available for questions. And I also like to show the buyers important components in the home. You should know where your main water shutoff is. You should know where your electrical panel is, and if there's any thing else that's interesting or anything like that, I like to make sure I point out certain things.
I go to every inspection. She knows I'm there the whole time.
She goes in the crawl space with me sometimes. She brings her boots.
Inspection day, I do not look pretty. No. My hair's like up here somewhere.
She's like, what are we doing?
And I got the Timberlands on, and we're going under.
I could be like, you can relax. This is a first floor condo. You can relax on this one. We don't have to crawl under anything. We got a condo today. She's ready to go through the mud. We're so used to having the old houses together, the big old houses.
Every inspection we've had a septic and a well.
Yeah,
And then there's the crawl space. With the cobwebs in our hair.
Oh yeah. And we're going Arby crawling through the mud, and we get a condo. She's like, I'm ready. I'm like, this one we can, this one's okay.
She's like, girl, this is a condo. Where are you going?
Yeah, definitely.
But I like being there because I want to hear firsthand what's going on with the house. I want to know firsthand. If my buyer's not there, how am I going to explain it if I don't hear you? If I don't get the explanation directly from her, then how do I help my buyers?
And I really don't like it when the buyers can't come, because if you don't attend an inspection and you just look at the report,
it's scary.
It can be scary because home inspection reports are very detailed. So I highly recommend that buyers attend the inspection. Come anytime you like, but I like to do my review at the end. But if you want to follow me and walk with me, you're more than welcome to do that. But I will tell you, you do get your best inspection if you just let the inspector do their job and then go over everything at the end. You're not going to miss anything. We're not, we're going to go over everything with you. You want your inspector really to focus and really do a good thorough job.
And dear sellers, she even allows the sellers to be.
Yeah, sometimes they'll stay and hang out.
We've even had that where the seller literally just wants to know what they find.
And with the buyer's permission, that's okay, of course. It's all depending on what the buyer wants, because the buyer has a contract, so because sometimes, like for example, our last inspection, the seller was like, whatever you find, I'll fix it, just let me know. I explained that to the buyer, and if the buyer's okay with that per our contract, then we can let the seller know. So everything is based on the contract, but long story short, you definitely want to get a home inspection. I personally, myself, wouldn't even buy a house without inspection.
Even if you don't do the repairs now, then she'll say, start a budget
Right.
You need this, this, and this.
Right.
Not now, because it's okay right now.
Right.
But you might need it 6 months later, you might need it in a year.
Right.
And she tells you to start a budget for these things.
Like maybe you have an older HVAC system, but it's in working order,
Yep.
everything's okay with
Yep.
it, but it's just old. That's something you would definitely budget for. You don't need
Absolutely.
it today, but it's gonna be coming up.
Yeah,
You know,
and
in
so
the
that I really appreciate every time you come out, every time you do inspections with me. We have so much fun.
We have a blast.
Oh my
We have
God.
a blast.
Listen, as soon as I drive up, she's like on the roof having a party by
Dancing
herself.
on the roof.
And I'm like, hey, the party's starting without me, girl.
You know, I get there early, get right on the roof, definitely.
We, like I said, with Michelle and with my lender, we joke around and everything, but we take what we're doing very serious because this is to help you. This is to make the closing better. If you know from the beginning what it is that you need to repair, and listen, if she comes and tells me, B, you're gonna need a roof, I'm like, listing agent, roof. I'm already talking. She knows. I'm listening to her and I'm already talking. I'm already figuring out what can I do for my buyer. Or if it's for the seller, that the seller wants to sell and they want to do a home inspection before putting it on the market, yes, she'll do that.
And I highly recommend that because you can save time, money, and headaches.
You already know what's wrong.
I wish investors would get home inspections prior to
Absolutely.
listing. I mean, we could just get the properties in A+ shape condition and keep the chain moving forward, you know what I mean?
And you get more moolah. You know, more moolah.
So home inspection
So-
is just, you know, I can't stress it enough that a home
Very
inspection is one of the most important
How long
parts.
have you been doing all this?
7 years paid and 10 years total. I spent 3 years learning, following the guys around and, you know, my mentor. And then at some point I was like, it's time.
See, everybody thinks it's a woman. She can't possibly know what she's doing. Trust me, come out with me. You can see her in action.
Thank you.
How do they get in contact with you?
Oh, you can reach me at my cell at 609-321-0751. Call, text, whatever works for you.
Listen, we got her. When you get under contract with me, she's who I call. Now you know.
Thank you.
Now you got the face, now you heard her up. And whatever else you need from her, again, call her. Send me a message. If you're thinking about selling your house, call her. If you're under contract and you're a buyer, call her.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, babe.
Thank you, absolutely.
Love you guys.
All right, thank you.